Hey Dabbers, and welcome back to another Dab 2000 video. And today, I will be ranking the Marvel movies and shows and specials and shorts that I saw. Now, if you guys don't know, this is my favorite cinematic universe out there. It's better than Star Wars.
I'm here too.
Yeah. And look, Junior actually has his Marvel shirt on. He was ready for this day. What?
I got dressed before you, though.
No.
You're wearing Black Panther stuff. I was doing that before you, so.
Get out of here. So, today, I will be ranking all the MCU projects from the worst to the best. And there's a lot since last year when I ranked all the Marvel shows and movies. There's been specials and shorts now, and some more shows. So, there's a lot on this list, so let's get started.
Wait! Before we get started, go check out my channel, Dad Jr. I just posted it today.
Yeah, he just posted a video today.
So go check that out. And now,
Or it depends when this video's out.
yes, but go check that out.
Yeah. With that said, let's get started. Coming in at number 39, I have Miss Marvel. Now, this is one of the newer projects that just came out, and I was definitely not a big fan of this one. I thought the story, they didn't handle the story too well. Like, I thought the first two episodes were pretty good, and I was like, yeah, this show could be a lot better than I thought. But then after that, they explored, like, her family and stuff, and, like, one episode, they even, like, have the whole episode is literally a flashback of her family, and that's it. And, like, she's there, too. It's just such a weird show, and I just don't like it at all. And I think they could have just done and expanded it, the story from, the first two episodes, and continue doing that, but no, they had to get weird with it, and it's just not a good show. Alright, coming in at number 38, I have She-Hulk. And this is another new show that came out this year. And I'm not really a fan of She-Hulk. I just thought there was they have 9 episodes. Did they need 9 episodes? Probably not, because some of the episodes were kind of pointless. And, of course, it's cool to see Daredevil back again, but other than that, it was pretty bad. Like, I was starting to like the show until the finale of the show ruined the whole show for me when literally She-Hulk goes into Disney Plus and changes everything. Like, what in the world are you guys thinking? Like, this is awful. Alright, coming in at number 37, I have The Incredible Hulk. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, Incredible Hulk has always been in the very bottom in every single ranking. Somehow Marvel actually made 2 worse shows than The Incredible Hulk. But I'm not going to still say Incredible Hulk is a good movie. It's alright. It's just, I don't really like the story and the human stuff. And the only part that's really good about this is the final battle with Hulk and Abomination. That's why it brings it up above She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. Alright, coming in at number 36, I have Thor: The Dark World. Now, this is just a very, very forgettable Thor movie. Now, Thor is a very good character. I like his stories and stuff. This one doesn't make any sense. When I first watched it, I was like, yeah, this kind of doesn't make sense. And the villain is one of the most forgettable villains out there. So, you know, it's not even that fun to watch. It's basically, you're in pain watching this movie. Alright, coming in at 35, I have I Am Groot. Now, I'm not really, this is the new shorts that came out.
I really like these, actually.
Yeah, see, I don't have a problem with these, actually. They're fun and stuff, but, like, you know, it's just there because Disney Plus wants to make more content for Disney Plus. So it's not really a big set piece or anything, not something new. It is new, but it's nothing like big and you have to watch it. It's just fun little shorts, but not really like that high up because there's a lot more better stuff than I Am Groot. All right, coming in at number 34, I have Eternals. And Eternals is just alright. I saw this movie last year, and I just thought it was alright. I thought there was way too many characters in this movie to set focus on each individual character. And I didn't really like the villains in this movie. I just thought this was a really weird movie. And you should check me and Junior's podcast of Remake, because we remade Eternals, and I think it was way better. Don't you, Junior?
Yeah.
I think we did way better to fix Eternals. So go check out our podcast called Remake. Alright, coming at number 33, I have Thor. Now, this is the start of Thor. This is where we see the character in first live action and moves on from there. And I actually really, I don't really have that much problems with this film, but like, this is MCU's first footing into how the MCU was going to go. So, this movie gives Thor he's not really that funny in this one because they were just figuring out how to do a Thor character. So, they kind of did this like, he's from outer space Asgard and lands down to Earth, and he doesn't really know what to do. That's basically the point of this movie, and the ice giants is just a big waste of the film. Alright, coming in at number 32, I have Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel, I don't know. This film is alright. I don't really like that this film didn't really do that much with its villains. I feel like they should have expanded their villains in the first couple minutes of the movie.
What movie?
Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
And not make it a twist villain with the Skrulls. Just make Ronan the main villain. Ronan should have been the main villain. And made them a more prominent role in this movie. But what we got was just mystery of, like, the Skrulls are evil, and then plot twist, they aren't. So, it was kind of weird. Nick Fury, it's fun to get a young Nick Fury learning stuff. But other than that, it's just an alright film. Alright, coming in at number 31, I have Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, I had my high hopes for this film. It came out this year. I was so excited for this film because Thor Ragnarok is one of the best MCU films. I think this is Junior's favorite. Junior's favorite film is Thor Ragnarok.
Did you put it there?
What?
Where did you put Thor Ragnarok?
No, this is Thor Love and Thunder.
Okay, thank goodness.
But isn't Thor Ragnarok your favorite?
Yes, 1,000,000%.
Yeah. So this is Thor Ragnarok is Junior's favorite. But Thor Love and Thunder, they leaned too much into the comedy aspects of Thor Ragnarok and put it in this film. So every time you can't take this joke, the scenes seriously. You can't take the action scenes seriously at all because it's just too jokey. And I wish Gore the God Butcher did more in this movie because he could have been such a cool character. He could have been one of the best characters in the MCU, but they cut it out scenes so we didn't get that full potential of Gore the God Butcher, which could have been really cool. Alright, coming in at number 30, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now this kind of hurts me because the first Guardians is so good, one of my favorite MCU movies, but this one just isn't really that good. I don't like how the Guardians split up in this movie because the Guardians are supposed to be a team and stick together. But in this one, they split up, and I just don't really like that about the film. I thought they should have just stick together. And then, of course, Yondu is the big standout in this movie. I really like his character arc in this. But I don't like the villain, Ego, because all he really do is basically play catch with Peter, take naps, and basically destroys a bunch of Star-Lord kids. So, I don't know. It just never really stuck out to me of a great Guardians film. Alright, coming in at number 29, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, The first Ant-Man was really good. The second Ant-Man, I mean, it's still good. It's just not as memorable as I thought it would be. Like, sometimes I kind of have a hard time remembering what happened in this film. I don't really think Ghost is the main standout villain in this movie. Like, I don't really know about this. And then I kind of forget that there's that guy that steals the house. That's a villain too. It's just a very low stakes threats. It's still good, just not one of the best. Alright, coming in at number 28, I have Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange...
At 28?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the character.
No, these are the movies. Alright, so, Doctor Strange, it was fine and all. I liked it when, like, the first Marvel ranking I did, I had this pretty high up. It keeps getting lower every time I watch it. I don't know, maybe it's because it's kind of like a Thor the Dark World situation, which the villain is not memorable at all, and it could have been way better as a villain in this film. And I don't know, I don't really like this introduction to Doctor Strange in this movie. I think they did a way better job with that in Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, you know, all the Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, they did so much more better with Doctor Strange in later stuff. But in this one, he's not even that funny. He's just there starting to learn how to do hero stuff. Alright, 27, I have What If. Now, I know Junior's going to hate me for that.
I love that show.
Yeah, Junior loves What If. Now, I do like What If. I like the different stories they told in this show. I like all the characters, the new characters. It's just, I just think there's way better shows than What If and movies. So, that's why it's kind of down here, but don't get me wrong. I think the show is pretty good. Alright, coming in at number 26, I have WandaVision. Now, I used to say WandaVision was one of my least favorite show. Well, that changed. I think Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, and, you know, all of them are worse than WandaVision. But I still think WandaVision is kind of good. I liked how it was like, you had no idea what was going on in the first 3 episodes of the show. And you're like, what in the world is going on? And then in the 4th episode, they explained it, and then it got better, and then the show kept getting better every episode. So, I really do like this show. It's just there's a lot more better stuff. Alright, coming in at number 25, I have the Guardians of the Galaxy special. Now, I just thought this was just a fun time to see our Guardians back together. Peter Quill. Peter Quill? Is that his name?
I think.
Yeah, I think it is. AKA Star-Lord. To see them back again after Endgame, and Mantis needs to find the perfect moment to tell Star-Lord that, you know, they're siblings and brother and sister. So, all in all, it's just a very fun time. Alright, coming in at number 24, I have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I do still like the show. I don't really get as much hate as this show gets because I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thought it was just a fun place to go back to. Like, it might be the only thing, kinda, that felt like the MCU carried on in Phase 4. Because all the other stuff, they're trying stuff new, like a comedy for She-Hulk and other stuff. They're trying these new things, and some of them are very low and some of them are very high. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier carried on from Phase 3 to Phase 4. I think this is the most MCU thing that felt like the MCU still. But I still like this movie. I like a movie. I like this show, and I just think it's a very fun show. All right, coming in at number 23, I have Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, I have my problems with Age of Ultron. I think it is my least favorite Avengers film because the other 3 Avenger movies are very good. You'll see where they are later down the list, but they're up on the list. But Age of Ultron always is definitely the weakest of this. I think Ultron should have gotten a lot more screen time, and to expand his character arc and make him more of a villain, so he's a lot cooler. But it's still fun. You get all the cool scenes like Hulkbuster versus Hulk. That's always a fun scene to have. And it's always sad to see Quicksilver die. I think he should have lived on for a couple more movies so we could get more of him. But it's not the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not like top tier Avenger movie. Alright, coming in at number 22, I have Werewolf by Night. Now, this is my favorite special that we got this year.
This one too.
Yeah.
It's good.
I thought this was really cool because it was in black and white. Like, the whole special is in black and white. And I think that
Except
was...
for that gem thing.
Except the gem and the very end of the movie. Special. And I just think this was a very cool place in Marvel to go. I really liked this story, and I like these new characters we got introduced to, and I like how
Swamp Thing
there's
was in it.
Man-Thing was in it.
Oh, Man-Thing.
Swamp Thing is from DC. Man-Thing is from this
They're
universe,
like the exact same character.
basically. But Man-Thing is better. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but that's my opinion. I think Man-Thing is better than Swamp
We're not
Thing.
really DC fans, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Alright, but Werewolf by Night, very fun. I can't wait to go back to this world with these characters again in the future, if they bring these characters back in the future. Alright, coming in at number 21, I have Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings.
This one's top 10, maybe even top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that.
Yes, that.
Alright, I should have said down at basically 26 at WandaVision. All the rest of these are pretty good. Maybe even What If, or 27. All these are like pretty good Marvel movies, specials, show, whatever you watch, are very good. Alright, Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings, definitely the longest title in MCU history. Like, they could have made that way shorter, you know? Like, Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten... Like, that's so long, you know?
That's all you care about?
No.
No one cares about that, bro.
Well, it's the longest title name. And I thought this was a very fun introduction to Shang-Chi in the MCU. I thought this was a very good film. I like all the characters in this film. I think the action sequences in this film are very, very cool looking. And just a very fun time watching this. Alright, coming in at number 20, I have Black Widow. Now, this is the film I was most looking forward to in 2021. And it definitely didn't disappoint me that much. I know a lot of people think this movie wasn't as good. I still liked it. I liked Black Widow's family with Yelena, the Red Guardian, and her mom. I just think that those characters are very cool. I like the action sequences in this movie. The one thing that did bother me in this movie was definitely the plot twist with Taskmaster. That was just wasted potential right there. Like, it could have been way better, but it was way low and wasn't even that
I
cool.
feel like they shouldn't even made it a person. I feel like they could have just made it like a robot.
Yeah. Basically, it's just a henchman. Taskmaster is just a henchman.
Yeah. It should have been like the main bag.
Yeah, so very wasted potential there. But other than that, I think the movie's pretty good. Alright, coming in at number 19, I have Hawkeye.
If I'm being honest, this is probably my favorite Marvel show.
Hawkeye?
I really like it. I think it's my favorite, probably top 10 or top 5.
Top 10 or top 5?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I really like this one. I don't know. I just started to like it.
Is it better than What If?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know why. I just really like it now.
Yeah. I like Hawkeye too. I like how it's during the winter and stuff and that element of it. And I really like how it's like struggling with Hawkeye and his past as Ronin, and he has like consequences for that after the blip. And you know, I just think Hawkeye was a very enjoyable show. I like how we got Kate Bishop finally in the MCU. And, you know, I just thought this was a very, very entertaining show. And we got Kingpin in the show. And I don't think he's dead. I don't think anyone thinks he's dead, but he'll probably show back in the Echo show, which is coming out, I think, next year, maybe? Hopefully. Alright, coming in at number 18, I have Ant-Man. Now, this is the most, not big, the biggest threats in this ranking. It's a small scale fight and battle and threats. I really like the hero's journey with Ant-Man and how he would become a hero because he's a robber and then changes his heart and to a hero now. And I do like Yellow Jacket as a villain, and I just think this was a very fun little heist film for the MCU. Alright, coming in at number 17, I have Iron Man 2. Now, I do think Iron Man 2 is the weakest of the Iron Man films, but I don't really get how much hate Iron Man 2 gets. I still like Iron Man 2. I do like the villain of Whiplash. I think he's a very cool villain and has he really doesn't like Tony Stark at all, and I just think this film is really cool with all the fight scenes and like it's the introduction of War Machine and shows where he goes. I just think this is a very fun film. Alright, coming in at number 16, I have Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the newest Marvel movie on this list, and I think this film was just awesome. It was kind of, I would say this would probably be the hardest movie to make out of all of these, because first off, the pandemic striked, and this so they had to postpone this movie, and the lead actor died. So
Rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But I still really like this film. It honored Black Panther and T'Challa for the film, and I think Namor is one of the best MCU villains we got in a while. And I really like all the underwater aspects of this place. And I do like how Shuri got the Black Panther suit. She is the Black Panther now. And, of course, it's just very fun to watch, and it is heartbreaking because this really did happen. The main actor, Black Panther, died. So, it's a very emotional film, too. Alright, coming in at number 15, I have Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, I do agree that this is the weakest of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but I don't really get how it's, like, way down in the bottom. I think it's still pretty good. I like Mysterio as a villain. I think he was a very cool villain, and I also like how Spider-Man is in a different place this time and trying to do Spider-Man stuff there, and I like Nick Fury, aka the Skrull, because he's a Skrull at the end. And I think this was a very fun film, and I rewatched this one a lot. Alright, coming in at number 14, I have Loki, my favorite TV show we got from the MCU. Because, I don't know, I really did like how weird it was and how, like, it basically started this universe with the multiverse phase. So I think this show was very good. I did like how everywhere they went with this show. I just thought this is by far this is the best. Loki is the best MCU show, and I hope I get proven with some new shows, and they will be my favorite. Alright, coming in at number 13, I have Black Panther. Now, I had Black Panther last year very low. I don't really know why, because I really do like this movie. I like Killmonger as a villain. I also like Claw. I think he was a very cool villain. And also, Black Panther is just awesome in this movie. All the action scenes were really cool. And I just like this movie. It was very good. And yeah. Alright, coming in at number 12, I have Iron Man 3. And I think Iron Man 3 is really good. Sure, the Mandarin twist was not everyone's favorite. It was kind of a wasted potential. But I don't really mind it because we already got Mandarin in Shang-Chi. So I think everyone can just stop putting hate on this film because honestly, it's very good. I still like this film. I like how it was supposed to be Iron Man's last time being Iron Man. We all know how that went. And, you know, it's just a very fun film. I do like the fire people. I forget the main villain's name, but I like the fire people in this film.
For a long time, Iron Man 3 used to be my favorite Marvel movie.
It did?
Yeah.
Until you watch Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, my life has changed.
Alright, coming in at number 11, I have Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, I like this film. I like Steve Rogers' origin into a very good superhero and war. Is it World War II or World War I? I think it's World War II. And I like Red Skull in this film. And, like, I just think this was a really cool film to explore Steve's origin and stuff. And it's very cool. Alright, we made it to the top 10. At number 10, I have Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, Spider-Man Homecoming is the first MCU Spider-Man movie, and I think it's really good. I like Vulture. He's a very good villain. He's not trying to blow up the city. He's just there to take care of his family. That was the biggest shock in the theaters when I saw Spider-Man Homecoming, when you see Vulture.
Wait, do you like Homecoming better than No Way Home?
No Way Home hasn't been shown. I said Far From Home. But not No Way Home yet. Did you really thought I said that already?
You like the one with Vulture better than the one with Mysterio?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know that.
And I do like how this one's not that big of threats and stuff. It's just low ground. Of course, we get Tony Stark in there, which is always awesome. So, a very good film. Alright, coming out at number 9, I have Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Now, I really do like this film. I like how Winter Soldier is the main villain, and it has some tie to Captain America, the First Avenger, with Bucky Barnes as the villain. And I think this was a very, very good film with Captain America coming back from World War II, and he doesn't know who to trust. You can always tell who the villain is and the good guy is, but this time, he doesn't know who the good guy and the villain is, and he doesn't know who to trust. So it makes for a very entertaining film. Alright, coming in at number 8, I have Thor Ragnarok. It's not number 1, Junior.
No!
Yeah, sorry, Junior. But Thor Ragnarok, probably one of the most funniest MCU films out there. And I really like how it's like Thor gaining his confidence because he doesn't have his hammer anymore. By the way, actually, let's grab this. I have this Lego hammer right here. It's pretty cool, right, Junior?
Yeah, I really like it.
So this is a Lego hammer I built, and it's actually pretty cool looking. Let me just set that down. Alright, so Thor Ragnarok, pretty cool. He has to learn his confidence with the lightning, and like he doesn't need his hammer to use lightning. So the final battle is awesome, and Hela is a very entertaining villain. And Loki is always good. I always like the Hulk sequence in this one where they go in the battle arena and fight. Just a very fun and funny film. Alright, coming in at number 7, I have Guardians of the Galaxy. What's up, Junior?
What's up? I'm just gonna kick over this hammer.
Why?
Cause am I worthy? Am I worthy?
Do you want to take this for me?
Wait. Yeah.
Oh.
I can't.
Well,
I tried.
Well, that sucks. Alright. Guardians of the Galaxy. I like this team. The team, this is the introduction of the Guardians, and it shows how they formed as a team. And it's very cool. Of course, Ronin's not the biggest villain and not the best villain, but it's still funny and lighthearted, and I do like all the characters in this film. I think this film is very entertaining and likable. Alright, coming in at number 6, I have Captain America Civil War. The Captain America vs. Iron Man battle. And, of course, the airport sequence is always a fun scene to watch where all the heroes fight each other. And I just think this was a really good film. I like how Zemo twisted all the Avengers so they could fight against each other. And, of course, they would have different opinions on this. Like, Captain America thinks they shouldn't go retired for superheroes. And Iron Man thinks they should. So I do like this film a lot, and of course the final battle is always heartbreaking because you don't want any of the heroes to die in this film, so it's a very good film. Alright, coming in at number 5, I have Iron Man, the film that started this whole MCU is still one of the best MCU movies we have. Of course, it shows the hero's journey of Tony Stark is kind of a jerk in the first couple of minutes, and then he goes in the cave, makes a friend, he dies and escapes, and then he becomes the hero and saves the day at the end. So I think this is still, the first MCU film is still one of the best MCU films. Alright, coming in at number 4, I have Spider-Man No Way Home. Easily the best Spider-Man movie out there because it has Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And it's just very fun to see them interact with each other and fight the villains of the Tobey and Andrew Garfield universe. And it's just very fun, and I like how they added in Doctor Strange in the mix. It gives this new way of stuff, and this is easily one of the best MCU films out there. Alright, we made it to the top 3. And number 3, I have Avengers, the very first Avenger movie. And I like this film. It shows how all the different movies, like Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Cap, all combine together to form a team. And of course, they don't get along at first, but then as time goes, they start to forge together, and at the very end, it is a very good fight scene between all the villains and the heroes. Alright, at number 2, I have Avengers Infinity War. Now, a lot of people would say Avengers Infinity War is the number 1, but I don't really think so. I think there's one more better than this, but Avengers Infinity War is still a good film. It's like you brought every single person, except Ant-Man and Wasp and stuff, but other than that, every single person comes back to fight Thanos, and it's very cool to see all the Avengers actually broke up and stuff, and that's what Civil War did so well. They broke up the Avengers, so the Avengers lost, and Thanos won. That's what I think. I was so surprised in the theater that they did that. They made the villain win in this film. I just thought that was very cool. Easily one of the best, but not my number 1, because at number 1, I have Avengers Endgame. Is that the
same from last year, your number 1?
Yes. This has been my number 1 for the last 3 rankings I've done, and I still think Avengers Endgame is still the best MCU film and my favorite movie ever. I think this film was amazing. I thought all the heroes had to forge back together so they can stop Thanos. Ant-Man knows how to time travel and stuff, and all the time travel sequences is amazing. And then the final hour of this film is amazing when all the Avengers come together to fight Thanos, and it's easily the best battle in all the MCU and the best movie in my opinion in the MCU. So that's why it comes in at number 1. Whew. What did you guys think of my ranking down below in the comment section? What is your ranking down below in the comment section? Give this video a like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I will check you guys on another Dad 2000 video. Goodbye, Devers.